What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and in this video, we're going to go over why President Donald Trump probably won't win the re-election due to factors that are almost kind of out of his control. Also, before we get started with the information, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you think President Trump is going to win the re-election or not? And first, I want to say I am not a Democrat or a Republican. This isn't a bash Trump or a support Trump video. I'm a realist and I just say things how they are. This next election is going to come down to a certain amount of people. See, there's about 1/3 of the country that always votes Democrat every single time. They're going to vote Democrat no matter who it is. They're going to vote Democrat every single time. A lot of them tend to hate the Republican. They'll hate Donald Trump. They'll hate whoever the Republican candidate is. On the other side of the fence, is the Republicans who will vote Republican every single election. And some of them will hate the Democrats no matter who it is. If it's Hillary Clinton, they hate her. They hate Joe Biden. They probably hated Obama. That's just how it is. So there's about 1/3 people that are going to vote Democrat no matter what. And there's about 1/3 people that are going to vote Republican no matter what. The swing votes, the other 1/3, the people that could vote either way, is going to be what this election will come down to. They're also known as swing states, and those will be the states that will be directly correlated to whether President Trump wins the election or not. Now, the first reason, which is an absolutely huge reason that is going against Donald Trump, is this virus that has overtaken our country. The problem with this virus, it sent tens of millions of people out of work. It had businesses closed down, businesses go into bankruptcy, and all this is going against President Donald Trump. He can't control the virus, and states actually have the decision whether to close their state or not. And the problem is, this virus is not going to go away anytime soon before the re-election. And the problem is whether people are generally happy with their current situation or not has a lot to do with if they want to re-elect a president or if they want a change and want to have a different president. And the problem with this virus right now is there's not too many people happy with the current situation because of this virus. People are out of work, businesses are closed, we're trying to reopen, and we have many states that are now reclosing back up. There are states that are making masks mandatory, and a lot of people hate that. And all that just goes against what our current situation is and what our current president is. If people aren't happy, they tend to want a change, which in this case would mean a new president. And any president would have a really hard time getting reelected right now at this particular time, whether it was Obama or George Bush or Bill Clinton. Any one of those would have a significant mountain to climb if they were dealing with the severity of this virus and having closed down our entire country. And now we're starting to see over 60,000 new cases per day right now. It would just be an uphill battle for any current president to battle if they were up for re-election. And that will likely mean that millions of people who aren't happy with their current situation will likely vote for a change. The second reason why President Trump is going to have a really hard time getting reelected is because of the economy and how people are doing financially. Now, President Trump had done a pretty good job before the virus hit. The stock market was at an all-time high, unemployment was near an all-time low, and business was just humming along. And then the virus came and literally closed down the entire country, and 40 million people were out of work at one point. We're now down to less than 20 million people being out of work, but the problem is that federal unemployment boost is going to be running out, and with millions of Americans having no jobs to go back to, many businesses that are closed, such as restaurants or anything with the travel industry, and the airlines are set to lay off tens of thousands of people when they're actually allowed to do that based off when the government actually allows them to do it based on the government bailout money they got. They have to keep their employees for a certain amount of time, and when that time passes, there's going to be tens of thousands of layoffs from large companies all across the United States. And when people are laid off, when people don't have a job to go back to, they're generally not happy with the current situation. And if they're not happy with the current situation, they're more likely to vote for a new change or a new president. And a lot of this isn't even really President Donald Trump's fault. Whether you like him or not, this virus spreading, spreading across the entire world came, and it wasn't my fault. It wasn't his fault. It's not the Democrats' fault. It's not the Republicans' fault. Now, yes, we could have done things differently. You can always look back on things and, hindsight is 2020. We could have closed earlier. We could have closed later. We could have closed the entire country and, just closed everything for many, many months. But when you do that, there's always people that are unhappy. There's people unhappy that the virus is spreading. There's people unhappy that their businesses is closed, that they can't go back to work. No matter what you do right now with this situation, there's millions and millions of people unhappy. And that is going to really hurt President Donald Trump when he's trying to get reelected based on how his last 4 years went of his term. Now, in the first election, President Donald Trump didn't even win the popular vote. He won about 46% of the vote, while Hillary Clinton won about 48% of the popular vote. And President Donald Trump won by getting the swing state votes and the electoral college votes from those states. The problem is that having already not won the popular vote, if we now get millions of more people that don't want to reelect him because they're not happy with their current situation, then that is going to make it extremely difficult for him, having already not won the popular vote and now having millions more people not be happy with their current situation. And that is exactly what a computer model by Oxford Economics has done. This computer model has predicted the winner in the last 16 of 18 re-election, and it is a complete reversal of what the model was predicting before the virus outbreak. Before the virus outbreak, as we said, everything was great, the economy was doing good, and generally the US was just humming along. This model predicted that President Donald Trump would win about 55% of the vote before the virus hit. In this computer model, it shows President Donald Trump losing a lot of those swing states that he won by razor small margins in the previous re-election before all this stuff was against him. It would actually be 328 electoral votes for the Democrats and 210 votes for President Donald Trump. And that was pretty close to the reverse of how it was in the last election when President Donald Trump won by very small margins a lot of those swing states. Oxford Economics wrote in the report, it would take nothing short of an economic miracle for pocketbooks to favor President Donald Trump, and that the economy would be a nearly insurmountable obstacle for President Donald Trump. So let me know your opinion down below in the comments after hearing this information. Do you think President Donald Trump will get reelected in the next reelection? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, if you can, hit the like button for me down below. It really helps out my channel. And click the subscribe button down below also if you're not subscribed yet. I have videos on this channel about investing, personal finance, how to make money selling products on Amazon, and new videos about the second stimulus check coming out for Americans. And also over here is another video about the United States going into a complete second shutdown. And this video over here is my newest video about the second stimulus check coming out. And over here is a video that teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling one product on Amazon. Thanks guys, and I will see you in the next video.